Hey everyone, Mortgage Nerd here. I want to show you a refinance comparison. I had a client call me last week. They have an FHA loan. Their rate was much higher. Their rate was in the fours. Okay, do they stay with the FHA they have now? Do we do another FHA streamline or rate and term where we're just lowering their interest rate? Or do they get into a conventional loan? Because with FHA, the mortgage insurance premium never goes away. With conventional, the mortgage insurance premium does go away. There are a lot of other factors that are involved, your debt to income ratio, your credit score. So just because the rate is much lower with FHA doesn't mean it's better. But how do we know all this? I usually know in my head, I can run those numbers and tell someone, hey, it's this. But how do you show them definitively? Well, here's one way. Let's look at what I have here. So this is a software that gives us a comparison for refinancing. Over here, this little button here, this toggle button, tells us how many years. So we'll look out X amount of years. We can change that. So the current property's in Florida, original price, the property taxes, the homeowner's insurance, when they bought it, everything. So we could add different loans here. So we have the FHA Streamline, we have the conventional. So these are rates based on their credit and everything. This is how much they pay, 0 points. We always look at 0 points. We never want to compare with points. Just doesn't make sense. Not all the time. So here we can pick the category on what's better to show. Is it better based on the cost? Break even based on the payment? Monthly savings versus the existing loan. They'll save $232. So now we have a side-by-side here. Expand for more content. You can really compare. Lakeview is how they have their mortgage with now. The FHA Streamline is the middle column, and then the conventional loan on the right. Which one's better? So just because the rates, conventional loan's a slightly lower rate, mortgage insurance goes away, but is it the better one in this case? I usually tell people conventional because MIP never goes away with FHA. But let's see what this says. So the monthly savings is absolutely better to refinance with the FHA Streamline. Lower cost over the life of the loan is the FHA Streamline. You can see it in the graphs. It breaks it all down for you. When do you break even? Look at that. 2 years on the FHA Streamline. It takes you 8 years to break even. That includes all closing costs and everything that we'll throw in there. So I think this gives you a good idea of what this software can do. Helps you see what I have in here where I can't articulate how much your savings is going to be. I'm not a computer, but I can tell which one will be better just by the difference in the rate. Now this person, if their credit score was over 740, they'd probably have a much better rate on the conventional loan, but it's not. It's a good credit score for FHA. So here, this is really cool. How much principal is paid over these 10 years on each of these? You pay off a lot more principal on your loan using the Streamline, even more than you would if he kept the mortgage he has now. People say, well, is it worth it adding the cost? This is where we can see, is it worth adding the cost or not? And so on. We can just continue going with the pros and cons. FHA Streamline, savings at 10 years. Let's look at this. Savings at 20 years. Look, it changed it. But still better savings on the Streamline. But here we are at 31 years. You're still better. But this just shows you all the things that you can do. Over time, yeah, towards the end, the conventional is going to be a much better payment, but your savings that you still had all those previous years was much greater on the FHA to FHA. So that's pretty much it. If you want me to run something for you, I'd be happy to do it. Thanks. Phil Stevenson, Mortgage Nerd.